Yo, what up, my peoples? This is Red here, and today I'll be going over the 7 Deadly Sins, a review. If you guys have not watched this, it's a Netflix original with I think they combine forces with Aniplex. Wow, I was not expecting the show to be this great. I saw things about it last year at the anime convention. Really didn't care. I'm like, 7 Deadly Sins. It's probably gonna be some stupid thing. Wow, I was proven wrong, dude. This show, especially after watching, Naruto, Bleach, and all that crap, this show does it right by making no fucking training montages, no extreme fillers. Literally, there was only one episode in here that I would consider a filler, and it was only half of the episode. The rest, character development is created along the way during the plot, so we don't get all that like 3-episode fillers here and there. Is great. But anyways, so the show's about, it starts off a little prologue. The Knights of the Holy Empire or whatever, they're powerful knights or whatever for this kingdom. 7 are above all the rest. They're more powerful than the Holy Knights. They're called the 7 Deadly Sins. Apparently during some kind of battle, they betrayed the kingdom and became criminals. They killed a lot of the Holy Knights. And yeah, they became criminals and wanted. And story picks up 10 years later. This girl walks into this bar looking for the 7 Deadly Sins. The bar owner helps her out. Guess what? Excuse me. No spoilers here, because you'll figure it out. But the bar owner is the captain of the 7 Deadly Sins. And he agrees to help her because her kingdom is being not taken over, but internally there's strife. The Holy Knights have become corrupt. She's noticed this. She wants the help of the 7 Deadly Sins to stop them because the Holy Knights are powerful and the 7 Deadly Sins are supposed to be more powerful. But to the rest of the world, they're portrayed as evil villains. So it's going to be one of those stories where, even though they're not, it's all how you look at it, really. And that's where our story begins. They set off on their journey to look for the rest of the 7 Deadly Sins because he doesn't know where they are. And it goes from there. Does not stop for fillers. Does not stop for anything. It gets crazy. The battles are great. The comedy is not what I expected it to be in a way. But it was funny though. Like I said, most of the stuff is explained along the way. There's some questions here and there, but I'm pretty sure they're saving it for later on. This is only season 1, and season 2 only has 4 episodes, so I'm combining them. Yeah, great fucking show. Loved it. And I'm gonna go over the characters. I'm not gonna go over every character. There's a lot of characters in here. I'm gonna go over the main ones and some of the subplot ones that I thought were funny. But yeah, 7 Deadly Sins, man. You guys gotta watch it. It's on Netflix. Great show. And let's go with the characters. Excuse me, man. Alright, so our first character, like I said, is the one that was looking for the 7 Deadly Sins. The Princess Elizabeth Leonis. Beautiful, shy, but not too shy to the point where she doesn't do stuff. She tries to help out, even though she doesn't really have any powers or anything really except for assets to help out the 7 Deadly Sins. But she's there for support. She's really beautiful, long hair. She's 16, I believe, or 15, one of those. They do go over ages. I forgot to add that. She encounters her first 7 Deadly Sin, which is the captain. Develops feelings for him later on. How sweet he is. Definitely not the person she thought she was going to meet. But yeah, man, she's a great character. I actually like her, even though she doesn't really do anything. But she's great, she's there. Awesome. The Knight Captain, like I said, is the first person she meets, is Mellie Otis. His age, from my guesstimate, from what I got from the anime, he's roughly 3,000 plus. I'm just saying, I don't know what they says in the books, but that's what I kind of got from the anime. He's a Sin of Wrath. He has a dragon symbol that identifies him as the Sin of Wrath. Okay. The big thing is they do explain how they got their sins and stuff like that. I know him for a fact. It has something to do with someone dear important to him was killed before in this kingdom. They kind of go over in the anime. I'm pretty sure they go over in the books a lot. Her name was Liz, and she shares similarities to the princess. But they do go over this. I don't know how the specifics, but he's a cool guy. He looks like a little boy, and he drinks, and he's a pervert. All right, that's all you need to know. And then the one person that's always with him is Hawk, which is this talking little pig, who is captain of whatever's. It is stated that he met Hawk after the whole incident happened 10 years ago, which was when they were branded criminals, and they met in a cellar, and they didn't really go into that anymore. But Hawk is interesting, though. Not only can he talk, his mom carries a bar on her back and shit like that, but I don't know if it's a woman or a dude. I'm gonna stick with the girl, but he's powerful in his own right. Not as much as the Seven Deadly Sins, but still pretty powerful. Plus, the ending kind of made me think about some things, and you guys will see that when you watch it, of what happens there. All right. The first deadly sin they meet after the captain is Diane. She's roughly, I want to say, 750. She is portrayed as a 16-year-old girl, but she is from the clan of giants, and she's huge. Like, I'm talking big, but sexy. She's a sin of envy. Symbol serpent. Didn't go over how she got her sin in the anime. They do go over it in the books, and I did find out how she got it. I'm not gonna say it, but like I said, she's 750 years old, so she's been around for a while. A giant, no less. So they were really tied with the earth and using earth powers. She's powerful already, but when she gets her hammer, which is a sacred weapon or sacred whatever artifact, she could do some damage. She also has a crush on Mellie Otis, and later on King, I believe. And then they rescue my main Bond, who is, I want to say 46 plus. He's young. He was a pirate before, some kind of bandit. Went for the Fountain of Youth. Fell in love with the Guardian. Protected the Guardian from a demon that attacks, a red demon. He almost dies and stuff happens. Eventually becomes immortal, alright? So he's unkillable. He can still feel pain and all that. But over the years, he's developed an immunity towards it too. He's a sin of greed, fox symbol. His sin is really explained in the show because it's really tied in with the anime, and you'll see what I mean when you watch it, especially when he defeats the red demon. It's really tied in there, and especially with the next character coming in, which is the next sin they find, is King. He's 1300 plus. I'm pretty sure he's older. He's a sin of sloth, grizzly bear symbol. He's actually the Fairy King, and he's tied in with Bond in the way that his sister was a guardian of the Fountain of Youth, and they're really tied together. King is shown as a small boy, but apparently he used to be a big fat guy, or he could transform in between two. Not sure though. He's powerful fucking weapons expert, but when it comes to hand-to-hand fighting, he's a little weak. There's also the only filler in the show was when they show King and forgot the giant girl, and they have a past together, and he actually has a crush on her, so that's cute though. I mean, whatever. And we have Gowther. I don't know his age. I do know why they don't have his age, but I'm not gonna say it because it's a spoiler. He's a sin of lust. He's a goat symbol. Besides the giant girl, he was the second biggest character for the deadly sins, but it turned out that he was just wearing armor to protect and seal his powers. It revealed that he's actually just a normal little dude. He's a little weird, a little blunt. He's not really human in a way, but he's cool though. He's a cool guy, and he's funny as fuck. He likes to cross-dress, yeah. And we have Merlin, the sin of gluttony. I don't know her age. I'm pretty sure they don't want you to know her age, but she is sexy, and she's a boar symbol on her neck. They find her later on, but it turned out that she's actually helping out the world in a way, especially the King of Camelot, which you guys should know is Arthur. Merlin, Arthur, get it? But anyways, she's powerful, sadistic, clear-headed, and probably knows a lot more about the demons than anyone else in the world. And then we have Gil Thunder, Holy Knight. I forget the ranks. I didn't include the ranks. I think he's like Diamond something rank. It was weird. They don't really explain it. He was an admirer of the Seven Deadly Sins when he was a child. He was actually trained by Mellie Otis when he was smaller. His father was a Grand Master of the Holy Knights until he was murdered that fateful day 10 years ago when they blamed the Seven Deadly Sins. So, of course, he harbors revenge against the Seven Deadly Sins and wants to kill them. But there's something else behind all that, actually, because he did admire the Seven Deadly Sins. And he is in charge of protecting the first princess of the Empire, which he actually has a thing for her. I think they're in love or something. So, and her name is Margaret Leona, the first princess of the Empire. We don't get to see her much in the show. She, like her and the rest of the royal family, in the beginning of the show, when the other princess escapes, the third princess, she and the other royal family members are incarcerated by the Holy Knights due to some reason, because of the overthrow and stuff like that. So we don't get to see her until the end, but she is there. She is a mother type to the rest of her sisters and protects her father and is in love with Gil Thunder. Alright, so Greer Moore is another Holy Knight. A little bit not as powerful as Gil Thunder, but pretty strong still. Powerful shield. He's actually entrusted to protect the second princess of Leones or the Empire, whatever. His father is actually one of the current Holy Knights masters, and he follows his father, follows the princess. You only get to see him in a tournament, but he's pretty cool though. A cool dude, respectable. He's definitely loyal to the princess. And actually, the princess is Veronica Leona. Apparently was tomboyish compared to her sisters. Picked up the sword, straight up fighting. Protects her younger sister Elizabeth. Actually, there's a little thing about them when they were younger, along with Margaret. We see her early on in the show. She cares for her younger sister. That's all I gotta say. She's there. The only reason she was released is to bring Elizabeth back home. Another fucking Holy Knight member is Howser. Cool dude. I could definitely hang out with this fool. He fights for the Holy Knights, yeah, but he's in a way different from they are. He's a wind user. He uses winds to cut through opponents. We first see him in the tournament, the fighting tournament. He's there to fight. Falls in love with Diane because she joins the tournament, even though she's a giant and will be unfair. But she shrinks in that episode, and he falls in love with her, seeing how powerful she is, how caring she is, and that's how you know he's different from the other Holy Knights, because he cares about people. Another Holy Knight that we see early on is Gila. Now, I like this character right away because she reminds me of Brock from Pokemon, because she never opens up her eyes. But she is powerful, uses explosives and her weapon to attack. Actually had the 7 Deadly Sins, all of them, except like four of them, in control before she was upgraded. She has a little brother she protects, and her father was a Holy Knight and went missing. Of course, we find out what happens later on, and she finds out as well. But she's a cool character, I like her. It looks like she has a thing for Gowther, but I didn't really go into that a lot. I don't know. But she is a little weird girl, right? Keep an eye on her for her. Another Holy Knight is, what's her name? Fucking Jericho. She was actually imprisoning Bond. She was an apprentice for Holy Knights that were imprisoning Bond. Bond gets her naked because he tried to steal her armor. And then she vows to get revenge, fights Bond a couple more times, and guess what? She falls in love with Bond. And she becomes a stalker in a way. But besides that point, her brother is in the Holy Knights as well and wants to surpass him. We don't get to see her brother a lot, but we get to see him at the end. And she does develop her own powers in a way of ice related to her brother. But she's okay character. I don't know about the stalking though. I don't know if Bond would like that. Bram is a powerful Holy Knight. There's a lot of behind this character. I don't want to spoil because you guys got to see it. But he is powerful, able to hold off King by himself. Now, King is a powerful weapons expert. He actually took down almost 3 Holy Knights by himself, but this one gave him trouble. And you'll find out why. there's a whole backstory to it too. He uses other Holy Knights to increase his power though somehow, and that's fucked up because if he takes damage, they take damage, and they could take his death instead of he's taking his own death. Vivian, we don't get to see her till the end, but I included her because she seems to be a character that's gonna have a lot major roles in the future of the show. She is a mage trained by one of the seven deadly sins, which is Merlin. She's in love with Gil Thunder, extremely stalkerish type, just like Jericho. She wears this metal mask, but you will get to see how she looks like. Don't worry. But again, she's a stalker type, but she is powerful in magic, so don't underestimate her. Don't do that. Dreyfuss is one of the two Holy Knight commanders. Apparently, after the death of his brother, who is part of the plot, I don't want to give it away. There's the Holy Knights split into two factions. There's Dreyfuss factions and Max. What's the other fool's name faction? He'll come up right now. Now Dreyfuss is a cool guy, cares about his soldiers, doesn't do stuff like his comrade, who is what's his name? Fucking Hendrickson. Hendrickson uses bloods and stuff like that. He's basically gone awry from the Holy Knights. He's the second Holy Knight commander with Dreyfuss. They're best friends, man. They grew up together. They fought together. But towards the end, they're changing. And they see that in each other. And actually, I don't know how that happens, but the ending gets crazy. Well, you guys will see what I mean. But these guys are the commanders. They're in charge of everything. They're the ones that imprison the royal family. Yeah, just keep an eye on these guys, alright? Now, I'm not going to include all these guys' names, but this is Dawn Roar, a Holy Knight platoon that's sent out. You'll see them. They're pretty cool. We didn't get much to see. We didn't get that many names. I mean, I'm pretty sure you can find the names in the books and stuff like that. But we didn't get that in the anime. Interesting group of characters. Powerful, I'm guessing. They're able to hold off a demon at the end. They use their own abilities to complement each other. We get to see most of them in their faces and stuff, so don't worry. And they wield important weapons, arrows, swords, axes. But they use them in such a combination where it's really deadly. They're probably like an assassination for the Holy Knights. I'm not even sure. Another Holy Knight group we meet is the Weird Fangs. They were in charge of the prison that was holding Bond. Now they were interesting too. We only got to see two of them fight, three almost. The fourth one was just destroyed. But they have like bug powers, manipulation of the mind powers that had like seven deadly sins fighting each other. It gets crazy. Invisible powers, and like I said, I didn't get to see the last one because he was just taken out really fast. So he must have been not important. But yeah, like I said, they have these special platoons in the Holy Knights, which makes it more interesting because we only have seven deadly sins, Okay, it's not really a spoiler, but we only get to see 6 out of the 7 deadly sins. They never find the 7th one, but that kind of ties in with the ending of the first season. I loved all the characters, man. Like I said, they build them up. Probably the only character I didn't get to learn more about was Merlin. But like I said, she might have more of a tie-in later on, especially with the whole demon thing. Demons, there's only one demon in the show. I know it's called 7 Deadly Sins, and there will be demons, don't worry. But we didn't get to see that many. It was more of a Holy Knight versus a 7 Deadly Sins fights. Great characters, music was great, openings, I liked them. Story kept going. I swear to God, it has 28 episodes. I didn't feel like that. I felt like 13. It was just that great. I just kept going and watching it, not stopping. Loved every second of it. Great anime. Wow, I can't believe I haven't seen this before. Some of the characters I love. I don't really hate any character, actually. They build them up in a way where you like them. You don't hate any of them. You might say some are annoying. That's just the way it is, Do I want to see a third season because of the way the second one ended? The first one? Yeah, I want to see a third one. I'm probably going to read the books. I don't know. I'm already reading other books. I just like that the connection that they're already strong. They don't have to get stronger. They don't have to do no montage training. They're just already there. And we haven't even seen the peak of their power because most of them don't even have sacred weapons. I know the captain and Bond don't have them. So we're still waiting for that, you know? Like, what the fuck? How more powerful can these motherfuckers be? I also love that they just tie in romance, too. So, you know what? I'm going to have to give it a 9 out of 10. I was thinking about it, and I loved it. There was really not that much I hated about it. Just one couple things here and there, but I'm pretty sure they'll explain them later on. But it was a 9 out of 10. They did a great job here. Hey, man, thanks for watching. Hit that like, hit that sub. I'll catch you all next time.